What's going on YouTube? It's Brazen back here with another video for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys want to hit a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new here, and leave a comment letting me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the family. And that being said, cue intro. What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Shinobi Striker video for you guys. Here today I'm going to be ranking the ninja tools for every class, basically giving you guys my top 3 from number 3 to number 1 per role, I guess is what they call it, right? If you go in here, what I mean by that is attack, range, defense, and heal. They all get separate ninja tools. Some of them do overlap, and I will put them in 2 different lists, so it could be something in attack and also in like defense or heal or whatever the case is, because some of the ninja tools are okay for 2 classes, some of them only work for 1 class, some of them work for all classes, things like that. So we'll go ahead and just basically start with the attack and go from there. We're talking about just the specific ninja tools, obviously, and coming in at number 3 is going to be Flash Medicine. So I don't think this is number 1 purely because it takes a little bit to get off, and also if you do have a healer playing with you, you don't necessarily need it. It does, so basically what it does is it covers your health, increases action speed, attack tracking speed, and evasion range while reducing ninjutsu and substitution cooldown. Now, in theory, that sounds really good, and it is really good, but I just think that 2 other things on this list are personally better for your specific attack build. I think obviously there is situations where Flash Medicine will come into handy, but personal opinion is I think number 2, which is going to be Paralysis Seal, is better, because basically what you do is a Kunai Shuriken with the Paralysis Seal attached. Basically you stun opponents, so if you stun somebody and then you go in and you're able to keep comboing them as your attack, that's when you're going to be able to do some serious damage. So even though Flash Medicine might boost your evasions and things like that and your ninjutsu cooldowns, it's not necessarily going to help you be able to kill the target faster or in a better combo, whereas if you paralyze them and then you're able to combo them, it technically is better. This is just obviously preference. And then number 1 is Kunai. It's a basic Kunai, deals low damage, has no extra effects, but a lot can be carried at once. That's why Kunais are good, because you can carry, I believe it is 4 of them. And it's just super easy to throw and keep the combos going. If someone's kind of one shot running away, you can hit them with it. It's just really good overall. That's just personally my favorite. Like I said, it's really situational, but my personal favorite is going to be the Kunai. And hopefully, you guys test them out definitely for yourselves, because you might like other ones better, but for being able to keep your combos going, Kunai work best for me. So coming in to the range build, number 3 is going to be the Fire Release Bullet. Now, the reason I like Fire Release Bullet, my personal opinion, is because of the fact that it does do some damage, and since you are kind of a ninjutsu range champ anyways, having something like a scientific ninja tool is not as bad. I personally think the Fire Release Bullet, since you engulf anything in nearby flames, is better than the Rasengan and the Purple Lightning. Personal opinion. I still don't think it's the best, but I do think it could be very useful. It can be used by all builds basically if you want to, but I just think for range, since you're kind of in that type of gameplay where you're far away, it's a little bit better. Number 2 is going to be Senbon. The reason I have Senbon is because, once again, you can carry a lot of them. It does pretty much no damage, but it does, but you can do it in rapid succession. Like you can hit a lot of them, and they can block out a lot of other ninja tools, like deflecting them, and also they're easy to get off. So if someone's using a jutsu where they can get canceled, you just throw one of these real quick, cancel their jutsu, keep going, things like that. It's just really good overall. And then number 1 will be the Demon Win Shuriken, which basically is the same as the Rainbow Demon Win Shuriken, or the Maid Tray, I believe, is also a Demon Win Shuriken, but I just like the normal one. I think it looks better, personal opinion. But personal opinion, I think this is better because you can hit people from far away. You can hit them multiple times. It does a pretty good amount of damage, and also when you're using it, it's super easy to get people off of you, so you can use your jutsus, things like that, make them use their substitutions, and you get it back decently fast depending on your build. So I just think that's a really good one overall. Moving into slot 3, which is obviously defense. Number 3 on the list will be Fire Release Bullet as well. Basically, once again, I don't really advise this for defensive role, but like I said, you can kind of use this from a decent distance. Throw a little fireball, right? and you know, it's decent. I don't think it's the best, but defensively, if you want something that's like kind of far away, I guess this is what you would go with. Number 2 will be smoke bombs. The reason smoke bombs I have them as number 2 is when you throw it, it stops all targets' movements for a moment. So not for a while, but just for a small moment. And I do think, you know, if you're on like the flag or you're on the base, stuff like that, as a defensive build, it can come in handy. And you just throw it real quick, stun them just for a half second, which lets you get in there and maybe start your combo, things like that. But coming in at number 1 is definitely going to be the Blast Bomb. I think Blast Bomb is by far the best. I think it's highly underrated. I even have friends that don't necessarily like it. I think it's amazing. You can throw this when they're in air and it still hits them. It does a great amount of damage. But really where this comes in handy is if people are on like the base, flags, maybe even right a barrier if they're trying to get that. You throw these blast bombs and knocks them off. It does pretty good damage. Then you can carry 2 at once, so you also have 2 chances to hit it. It doesn't have a lot of range, but it does its job definitely. And that's why I have it at number 1. I use it pretty much all the time on defense. I've tried Smoke Bomb. It works pretty good, but overall I think Blast Bomb's been better for me. And then coming into the healing, number 3 is going to be Kunai, just a basic Kunai. You know, you use it for different reasons as your attack build. You use this basically to stop people's jutsus, keep them off of you, things like that. Now, the only reason I would use a Kunai here is if you have more like healing, or you're comfortable with the amount of healing you have with your ninjutsus and secret techniques, things like that. Personally, I don't use Kunai because obviously I like more healing. My personal opinion, it just seems to work better for me. Coming in at number 2 will be the Sailing Tag. The reason this is good is when it hits, it lowers the target's action speed and health amount recovered, but it also prevents targets from using substitution. So really good, because if you use this, let's say on the other team's healer or just anybody pretty much, you seal their substitution, hopefully your team can get in there and get a free kill, give you guys the advantage. So that's why I think Sailing Tag is good. But number 1 for sure will be the Healing Seal, because basically you throw it, you continually heal allies in range for a set period of time. Can be used on the ground or in the air, so this is really good. This is my number 1 thing used on the build. Right when I substitute, I instantly use the Healing Seal. You know, well, when I need it obviously, but not all the time. But I use this usually first before my ability, because it's a very quick cooldown and it's very easy to use. You throw it basically right away, heals pretty decent, and that gives you just enough time usually to get off your ninjutsu and heal your team with your other ability if you are, you know, healing with that. And it's also really good if you're using like a Water Pillar, Truth Seeker Orb build. You can still use this to heal and things like that. So let me know what you guys think. This is just my personal opinion on the list. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. And as always, I will see you next time.